Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, I am back in the bus. And so today I am going to go ahead and try to get the coolant fixed finally. So let me just pull up this piece of insulation here and show you guys what's going on. Alright, so over here you can see we have this plug and this plug. And basically what I need to do is connect the two. So I have, let me grab them. So I bought these two corner pieces because what happened before was we took the extra tubing that I had that ran back to the heaters and tried to, create a bypass, but the tubing is too thick and it kinked. So I bought some little corner joints here so it won't kink, hopefully. So we're gonna go ahead and try to install those today. Oh, and also I forgot to give you guys a rundown last time, but I just want to go ahead and tell you everything that I've done so far because I don't have video documentation of everything I've done so far. So basically, when I first got the bus, I'll insert a picture. When I first got the bus, it had all the seats taken out already, which was nice. The guy that sold it to me offered to take out all the seats for me. So of course I was like, heck yeah, save me a little work. And so then I had to tear up all of the flooring, which I did with the help from a couple of friends. So we tore up all of the old bus flooring that was on there. And then what was underneath that was a layer of plywood. So I went ahead and sanded down all of that plywood. We also grinded off a couple old metal stubs from the seats. They ran all the way back on both sides of the bus. So we had to grind those off. There were a couple up here. I don't know if you guys know what a regular bus looks like, but right here, this area by the door here, there were those posts. They were just went up and it just had that seat cover cushion on it, just those stoppers that are right at the front of the bus. I don't know what they're called. I can't think of the term right now, but we had to take those out as well. And then basically we just worked a bunch of stuff out. I had my grandpa help me and we fixed the fuel gauge. So basically the fuel gauge the wires had been cut for some reason, so it just needed to be rewired. So you can see how much fuel you have in the bus, which is obviously important. So we did that. We took the heaters out of the bus. There were two big heaters that were right here, and there was one right up there on this side of the bus. They were on the floor. They were huge. I think they're actually still out here. We could just open her up. Yeah, so they're right over there. They're those big black things on the ground over there, right there. So those were the heaters. We ripped those out, which caused all the coolant to come out, which is how we got into this little coolant mess over here. I think that's about it. I didn't work on it much over the winter. I kind of had to take a break, one because of funding, and two because I just hate the cold. I don't want to be outside in the cold. So I took a break then, and I think that's about it. So now we've gotten the insulation down, the moisture barrier down. This is what this gray stuff over here is. That's the moisture barrier, and then on top of that, the blue is the insulation. And then of course we have the plywood on top. And then obviously we took the roof down. You guys saw that last week. And I think that's about it. Alright guys, so update on this coolant system here, the coolant bypass. You can see that we've got it all completely bypassed. I had to run back to Lowe's really quick. The other pieces I had were too small, so when I tried to put them inside this tubing here, it wouldn't fit and you couldn't clamp it down tightly, so I had to run back and I had to actually buy two pieces. So I have this corner joint which goes into here, and then I had to buy a little piece to go inside of it so it can make it a full 90-degree angle. You can see we have the glue on there to make sure that, nothing leaks and everything. And we have all the clamps down and tightened for little pieces of hosing. But I just wanted to show you guys that, show you what I've gotten done so far today. Alright, and then next I do plan on screwing down the plywood. So I have bought, when I went to Lowe's, I bought these large 3-inch long screws to screw down the plywood with. I did have 2-inch screws and they were just not long enough to go through all the layers of things. Because you have to think, I have 3/4-inch sheets of plywood, I have 1-inch insulation, and then underneath that I have another sheet of plywood that it all needs to go through. So it's a lot of things that I need to screw through, but basically I'm just going to screw down every single piece of plywood just in a couple places to make sure that it's all fastened down and none of it moves, none of it comes up. all of that nonsense. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that now. Alright guys, so it is the next day, and today I'm working on screwing down the plywood still. I worked on it some yesterday, although it's kind of a frustrating process because there's a bunch of metal beams that run underneath the bus, and it's really hard to tell like where those beams line up from underneath the bus to the inside of the bus. So it's really difficult to figure out like where you can put a screw, where you can't. And so you keep hitting, I'm screwing them in and I keep hitting metal beams, and it's a frustrating process because it does ruin the screws some, and they're already hard to get in the first place. And I don't know, it's just frustrating. So I've gotten 3 boards done. I have 3 left, and then I have to cut the last piece of plywood that's going to go in the front of the bus. That wasn't cut because I was waiting until I finished the coolant thing, which I did. So I have gotten all of these pieces of plywood screwed in so far. All that's left to do is to cut the piece of plywood that's going to go up here, around where the coolant is over there, and then up here right in front of the stairs. So right now, I have my sister out here actually helping me measure. And then we're going to cut that and go ahead and put that in, screw it in, and then I think that's all I'll be able to get done today. Alright, so we've gotten the plywood all cut for the front of the bus, and it's all laid down. It all fits pretty nicely. There's just, I need to get a few screws in these pieces here. As you can see, they kind of, I'll show you a better angle. So you can see that they don't exactly lay evenly. Alright, so that's all I'm doing on the bus today. I am done. So we got all the plywood laid down on the floor, and then the majority of the pieces are screwed in. The only ones that aren't are those 2 small pieces at the top. And I'll work on those tomorrow. I can't get them right now. It's a little frustrating. Sorry, she's cutting something over here, so you can't really hear. Don't mind that. But basically, I am done for the day. I will post this actually today, and then I will see you guys next week for another video. Bye.